What's going on, y'all? We have Championship Sunday back with another week of predictions. Last week 0-4 in a wild card week, and I actually went 6-0. So yeah, man, back for another week. Appreciate it.
I'm so sorry.
Back with another week, and yeah, man. So we have Bengals versus Kansas City, San Francisco versus LA. Before I jump to these games, I will give you my thought on the divisional round, so we can go ahead and jump into how that played out. Probably one of the best playoff rounds we had in recent years in football, man. Every game down to the wire, just amazing. We'll start off with the Bengals versus Titans. Joe Burrow threw for 348. Joe Mixon ran for 54. And like I said, the Titans shut him down and contained him, but it seemed that their secondary wasn't enough. So I didn't really expect the secondary part to affect them as bad. I picked the Titans to win, thinking that they was going to shut down Joe and they'd be able to focus on just the pass game strictly. But it seemed that they didn't really have enough in the secondary to slow them down. Jamar Chase 5 for 109, T Higgins 7 for 96, and CJ Uzomah 7 for 71. Joe Mixon even got in there, got him 51 receiving yards. So they came up big. Ryan Tannehill threw 3 interceptions. Deontay Foreman and Derrick Henry totaled roughly 120 yards and a touchdown. AJ Brown went off 142. Julio 62 yards. So they weren't terrible. I just think they didn't capitalize enough because they got enough stops. They got 9 sacks. They got them enough stops. They just didn't capitalize and take the most of their opportunities, you know. But actually, well, they was throwing the ball, turning it over. What Tannehill was. So I was like, they just weren't doing enough offensively, man. Because you got 9 sacks, man. Like I should have did something with that. Divisional round, 49ers versus Packers. The upset, man. The Niners won 12 games this year. Am I tripping? 13-5, 12-7. Oh, that's including playoffs. Okay. I'm about to say what? But yeah, man. So we got Jimmy G threw 1 pick, 131. This game was pretty balanced. Defensive game. I think they didn't score the first points till like the end of the second quarter, if I'm not mistaken. But defensive game, really good game all around. Excuse me. Let's see. We got George Kittle. He came up big. Elijah Mitchell, 17 for 53. Debo had 10 carries for 39 yards. So they pretty much contained Debo. He got his carries over it. He was contained. Packers played really good defense. Played pretty good run defense. They didn't really give up too much. But I remember that block punt for a touchdown was really the biggest thing for them. And that kept the 49ers in the game and really put them in the game because I think it was like 10-3 at that point, and then I gave them 7 or it was something like that. But I know the Packers had the lead. Aaron Rodgers 225, efficient 20 for 29, no picks but no touchdowns. Aaron Jones 41 yards, AJ Dillon 25. Aaron Jones had 129 receiving yards. I'm assuming most of that was probably on screens. I'm assuming, I can't really remember in my head. Devontae killing it one-on-one. He had 90 receiving yards, and that's all he was throwing to. Wow. Allen Lazard had 1 catch. Mercedes Lewis had 1 catch. That is crazy. That's literally all he threw to. He threw to 2 players. I remember that first drive that the Packers had. It seemed like it was just straight Aaron Jones, at least from what I remember. But I mean, good game, man. We'll see how the 49ers do in the next round. Rams and Bucks down to the wire. Bucks almost came back. Matt Stafford 366, 2 touchdowns, pretty efficient, no picks. Cam Akers 48 yards, but only average 2 yards to carry. Cooper Kupp doing Cooper Kupp things, 183 yards. Odell was pretty clutch. He had 6 for 69. Tyler Higbee 4 for 51, but they made some big plays. Him and Higbee, man, I ain't gonna lie. Tom Brady 329, threw the ball 54 times. They couldn't get the run game going. Leonard Fournette was the only carrier in this game, had 2 touchdowns. Mike Evans 190 yards, 1 touchdown. Gronk. We'll see what happens with the future of the Bucks and Brady and Gronk. So we'll see what happens, man. But it was a great game. I don't really have too much to say. I felt the Rams were the better team on paper for sure. And the fact that Tom didn't have AB or Chris Godwin definitely was going to affect him. So, I mean, kind of saw that coming, but it is what it is. Bills versus Chiefs. Josh Allen 27 for 37, 329 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no picks. Amazing game. And he had 68 rushing yards, averaging 6.2 yards to carry. Devin Singletary averaging 2.6, but he had a few good runs in that game. 1 touchdown. What happened to Zach Moss, man? Gabe Davis 201 yards, caught all 4 touchdowns. Amazing game for him. Just man, that was big for Gabe, considering he didn't really get as many touches this year. You know, with Diggs being there, and the scheme felt different. I don't know what it was, man, but you know, his rookie year he ate. I think he did pretty good with how deep of the roster that they had. He was a very valuable weapon, man. So let's see. Chiefs, Pat Mahomes, 378, 3 touchdowns. Pat had 69 rush yards. That is crazy. No picks, no interceptions thrown in this game. That's insane. Clyde Edwards-Helaire averaged 8.6 yards a carry. McCole averaged 15.5 on 2 carries. Tyreek 11 for 150 went off. Travis 8 for 96 went off. Man, so pretty much it was just the offensive game. Like, it was literally the opposite of the 49ers and Packers, like literally. And especially the way it came down to the end was amazing. But we'll jump into the schedule. Got Bengals, Chiefs. Honestly, right now, I don't know. I don't know who to pick, man. Like, I still just even looking at everything. Bengals been a big underdog this year. Had an amazing season so far. I think they actually played each other earlier in the season. Yeah, Bengals played the Chiefs and beat them 34-31. You know, I really should have rewatched this game. They did a good job running on them. 88 yards by Darrell Williams, 37 by Derek Gore. Funny how neither one of those players, they had a lot of people rush the ball in that game. Neither one of those players played in this last game. McCole led them with 53 yards off of 1 catch. Joe went off 446 for 4 touchdowns. Oh, I remember this. Oh, that was the game that Jamar went off. I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't know. This is gonna be another offensive game, just like how it was last game with the Bills and Chiefs. It's gonna come down to who can get a stop. I don't even think it's gonna come down to who can get the ball last. I feel like it's gonna be defense. You know, who can get a stop, and kind of trust the Bengals defense a little bit more, if I'm being honest. So, wow, I can't even imagine the Bengals going to the Super Bowl. I really can't, but it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's see. Chiefs. Rashad Fenton, Javarius Ward. The matchup, like I like the Bengals more in the matchup. If we're talking personnel, but narrative wise, I would pick the Chiefs because I just feel like they are the more experienced team. But yeah, Jesse Bates, they got some guys on defense, man. I feel like equally, like they somewhat kind of equal on defense, because the Bengals have some really good players on defense, but overall are not elite. And same thing with the Chiefs. They have some really good players on defense, but overall are not elite. And obviously, both of these teams' strong suit is the passing game. I like Joe Mixon better than I like the Chiefs running backs, but they do a really good job in calling plays at the right times and have a solid running game from time to time. So I don't know. This game came down to what, fourth quarter. Man, they pretty much shut the Chiefs out in the second half. They went up big. Scored 28 in the first half, so they came back on them. Helped them only to 3 points, and they scored 17. If I have to choose, man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna pick the upset and pick Cincinnati to go to the Super Bowl. So we'll see how that plays out. Like I said, I feel like the Chiefs are more experienced, but with the matchup and especially the fact that they won last time, I kind of like them a little better. I'm not gonna go too in depth like I did with the divisional round. Just don't have the time for it today, but I'm definitely gonna pick the Bengals in this one. It's odd to me. It's very odd to me to see the Bengals in the Super Bowl because I have not seen that in my lifetime. So we'll see, man. We'll see how this run goes. We're gonna move over to the NFC Championship game with the 49ers and the Rams. I don't really think I have to put too much into this. Let's see. I mean, 2 really good defenses, 2 really good systems. Run game, pass game. I like the Rams pass game more, obviously, and like the 49ers run game more, but they both have somewhat balanced offenses. Both of them can do both things, in my opinion. Both good play callers. Niners have been 6-0 against the Rams in the last of their meetings. So let me check this out real quick. 49ers, Rams. Last time they played, it went to OT. And that was week 17. And who played in this? Jimmy G played. Stafford played. Sonny Michel. So they played starters. Jimmy G, Elijah Mitchell had a pretty solid game. Brandon Ayuk went for 107. Debo dominated. Jawan Jennings had him a good game. Wow. Rams. Stafford threw 2 picks. Both of them threw 2 picks. This game is kind of in my memory, a little bit recent, but man, I don't want to pick against the Rams. Like I actually am leaning towards the Rams, but 49ers beat them 6 times in a row. Like that's insane. They blew them out beginning of the season. So the Rams made it a little closer in the second game. First game, they did pretty solid, but the Rams were still figuring that out, still finding their way. I feel like they're a little bit more established now. Just my opinion. Still, the run game was efficient for the 49ers. Jimmy G did solid. No picks. Same type of scenario, in my opinion. I don't know, man. I want to pick the 7-0 sweep, but it's something in me telling me to pick the Rams. Like I feel like the Rams are the better team, but it's something that the Niners are doing to have beat this team 6 times in a row. Rams made it a closer game. They got them to OT. I doubt it's many injuries. If anything, normally in these type of games, players will play hurt. You only got 2 games left. You got this and then the Super Bowl. So, man. I feel like this would be an odd matchup, but I'm gonna pick the Rams. So we got Bengals versus Rams in the Super Bowl. That'd be odd. I feel like 49ers would be a better matchup, but we'll see, man. Divisional round was hard to predict, so all them games came down to the wire. We'll see about this one. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm not sold on either one of my picks, but I gotta pick somebody, so it is what it is. But appreciate y'all for watching. Hit the like button for me, subscribe, stay tuned, stay blessed.